Hello, hello, hello. It's Knits for Sanity and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for popping in. I hope you stick around. And of course, if you are a frequent guest, thanks for coming back. I love having you. Today, I'm doing a WIP and chat. WIP stands for work in progress. For me, that is this partial diamond painting right here. For you, that could be a different craft or hobby, or perhaps it's a chore or taking a walk, or maybe you're even commuting to or from work. Whatever it is that you're doing that maybe I can keep you company for a while, or in other words, chat with you for a little while. So this is actually week 4 of an event that I'm hosting this month that I've called the Easy Breezy Summer Kickoff. And it is truly meant to be easy breezy. It's looking at these little 30 by 30 or 30 by 40, just these small, partial special drill diamond paintings and completing as many as we can for the month of June. This is the final week of that event, and while I am actually headed out of town during this week, and probably this will be my last completion for the month, if you are not busy packing and trying to get out of town, continue submitting your completed projects either using the Facebook channel page. Did I say that right this time? I struggle. It's like too many social media terms in the same sentence. So I created a Facebook group for this channel. There you go. And you can submit your completed paintings there, or if you are not on Facebook, and I am not going to force you to join any kind of social media platform, you may also email them to me. My email is included in every single note for every single video. So just email those to me and they will still be submitted, anything up through June 30, whether I'm in town or not. Go ahead and keep giving those finishes. What I'm amazed about is how many different paintings I have seen. There have been a few repeats, but not very many. And that just blows my mind that there can be this much variation. So this was what was voted on this week. What I've done for every week of this event is on that Facebook page, I'm having the group vote on what they want to see me work on for my WIP for that week. This week, I was nervous because it was tied for a long time. And then finally vote shifted and this was our winner. So I'm going to work on this lovely fairy girl. I just love this one. I just think it is so pretty and I cannot wait to see what she looks like worked up. In case you don't know what I did with putting the 5 on there, if you're brand new to diamond painting, this cover is not the same on both sides. It feels the same, it looks the same, it's not the same. So if you accidentally were to put down the top side on top of the glue, it's gonna be a mess. It's not gonna wanna come up, it's gonna be a disaster. Trust me, I have done it. Pretty much all of us have done it at one time or another. So easy solution is I just write a non-reversible letter or number so that when I go back to put it on, I know which side is down. Alternatively, you can also use a sticker. So that is what that number 5 is about. When I initially got her, I thought she would be one of these paintings that I would love to do like really depressing winter day, and that this would just kind of brighten my mood. But then I selected it randomly out of my box to be voted on, and it was selected for this week, which is fine. I really don't care. But when I got it, that was my initial thought, like, oh, this is like I'm feeling really down. It's the middle of winter. This is the right kind of project for that. It's also the right kind of project for, week 4 of the Easy Breezy Summer Kickoff event. I'm trying to find my scissors. That's why I'm kind of like scrambling around here. I did find them. So this is the final week of the event itself. It will end June 30th. But this week we are selecting our week 3 winner because each week there's also an additional winner where I will select at random one of my own 30 by 30 incomplete diamond painting kits to mail to you. And I kind of did it so we're a week behind. So this week we will learn the week 3 winner, and then I will give instructions for selecting the week for winner. And then next week, after I'm back from my convention or my retreat, then I will select for the week for winner, and we will do the grand prize drawing as well. Just a reminder, if you are not even competing or participating, I don't want to say competing, this isn't really a competition. So that's kind of the wrong word. I have Olympics on my brain. That's what's happening. But if you are not participating in the overall event, that's fine. You can still enter into the weekly giveaways. And there's still 2 more opportunities for that. You have this week and next week yet. Or just this week. Just this week, actually. Because the next week, we will draw this week's winner. I'm getting confused. I'm a middle-aged mom. And you know what I just read? I just read an article about this, actually, about how perimenopausal women, our brains do struggle. Like, we do begin to forget more things. Like, it is an actual, real biological thing. And it made me super depressed to read that. Like, super depressed. However, apparently, supposedly, hopefully, we do regain some of that cognition after menopause. Maybe. I also kind of think that they might be lying to me and that I will never, ever, ever be able to remember anything ever again for the rest of my life. So that might just be like some big lie. But it makes sense. You know, they point out there is definitely biological proof that yes, our cognitive abilities regarding memory do decline at this point in our lives. However, it's not necessarily because of being perimenopausal or really just in your 40s, early 40s. I just want to put that out there. Or if really it's because you're dealing with women who are often at the absolute busiest point in their lives, where their kids are at an age where they are very actively involved in things, and mom has to be very present for that. Like, you know, the fact that I am always constantly driving my kids everywhere, and I'm trying to keep track of all their schedules, plus our own work schedules, and the people, in my case, again, I have several people that I work for, and I need to keep their schedules straight and organized as well. So it could just be, and I think it is, just directly related to really the amount of strain that our brains are under right now in our lives. And therefore, I guess it is feasible that perhaps when my own kids are more independent and I don't need to constantly be thinking about their schedules and how I'm going to get them where they need to go and figure out how to get them what they need. So when that happens and that eases some of my own responsibility, maybe I will recoup some of that ability to remember stuff. Maybe. I hope. I don't know. I'll let you guys know in about 10 years how I'm doing. Yeah, we'll see. So let's see. I was kind of talking about the event, and this is the last week, and then the heads up for what's going to happen next week. We will select this week's weekly winner, and we'll do the grand prize drawing, blah, 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 blah. Later in this video, we will do the video for announcing the week 3 winner, which I have not recorded yet. So I'm doing this WIP and Chat a little bit earlier than I normally would. And that's just because of how busy this week is. It's Monday. I'm supposed to be leaving on Wednesday. I have not even started packing at all. Like, nothing. Normally I record these on Tuesdays, and I get my kids, because they've been wanting to do the videos to announce the winner, which is really, really cute. And normally I record my kids Monday night, just to give more time to make sure to get that, to give people the chance to be able to enter if they want to. And it's not Monday night yet, so I've not done that video yet. So that will be added later to this video after the winner is known. So right now, I don't know who won, which is different. Weeks past, I've always known the winner ahead of time. But along that same line, so I have not yet heard from last week's winner. And I'd said that then we would just redraw and select a new winner. But because of how my week is, and because I'm recording this earlier than anticipated, I think I'm going to give her one additional week. So if you're watching this and you did not watch last week's episode, you may want to tune in to see if by chance you won last week, because I have not heard from that winner, and you are getting a bonus week to claim your prize. And then if I don't hear anything by next week, then we'll redraw, and there will be 2 winners announced. Well, actually, there will be 3 winners announced next week. 2 weekly winners and the grand prize winner. So stay posted for that. So if you are new and not sure what it is that I'm talking about, that I'm leaving for, it is the Great Lakes Escape, I think is what it's called, GLE, Great Lakes Escape. And it is my first ever diamond painting retreat. Actually, it is my first ever retreat like this at all. I have done a number of like conferences and conventions before. This is the first actual like entertainment retreat, you know, where there's no educational purpose behind it. It's just going and meeting other diamond painters, other crafters. I have talked about it quite a bit in the previous week's WIP Chats already, about how I am, I'm nervous, and I remain nervous. I'm nervous about having a roommate whom I've never known. One thing that I've spoken less about, because it hasn't really occurred to me until this week, I feel like I'm an outsider going to this. You know, some of these women, they've gone every single year. Some of these women, they have done collaborations, and it's not all women. I should rephrase that. Some of these people, because there are a few men involved as well. But some of these people have done collaborations over the years, be it like company collaborations for products that they make or sell, or like YouTube channel collaborations. You know, these are people that they have worked together, they've known each other in this semi-professional type world of diamond painting. Like, I don't know that, I mean, some of these people, it is their livelihood. Like, this is their job, diamond painting somehow, whether that is through their business or, a couple of people that have, enormous YouTube channels. This is their livelihood. But, for the most part, for most of us, this is kind of a hobby that's gone a little extreme. I don't want to say like extreme, like in a negative way, because I love what I do and I've loved getting to know the community, which is why I started my channel, is I just wanted to get to know more people in the community. But it's definitely kind of a hobby that's become a bit more than most hobbies. And that's the people that are mostly getting together, this coming week. But like I said, I feel like definitely the new kid on the block, even though, I've been doing this for a while. I have been very active with my YouTube channel for a couple of years. It's not like I'm hot off the press, newest item. But I definitely still feel that way. Imposter syndrome. That's what it is. I very much feel like I have imposter syndrome. Like, who am I to be going to this retreat? I'm not part of this group. I'm not part of the in crowd, is what it feels like to me. So it is. That's what it is. It's imposter syndrome. And I just, that worry, I'm going to get there and they're going to be like, who the heck are you? And you don't belong here. And that's what I'm afraid of. So I know it probably sounds really ridiculous to you, but this has kind of been my whole life. My whole life of masking and scripting. Like, I go through conversations in my head, things that maybe we could talk about with people. And then if I get there and if suddenly I can't, if those scripts don't work, I'm at a total loss. Like, now what am I going to do? Like, I tried bringing up this subject, but nobody wanted to talk about that subject. And so now I don't know what to talk about. And now I'm just going to be really awkward and stand here and, oh my gosh, I have to run away. So if you relate, I feel you. Totally feel you. But yeah, I have not started packing. Also, this is really intense. So there's a Secret Santa, there's a white elephant gift, there are like vendors, there are people who are posting about the extra diamond painting kits that they're willing to part with, and do you want to buy any of these? I mean, it just feels really big. So I'm trying to remind myself that because this is my first year, just breathe, and remember, ultimately at the end of the day, if I want, I can just go to this thing and I can sit and read in a corner alone for 4 days. If that is what I end up doing, that is fine. There are no requirements other than I really do need to come with the Secret Santa gifts because I did commit to that. And that is the one thing that I pretty much have all together. I have to go to the store yet tonight because I want to pick up one other little thing. So other than the Secret Santa gifts, everything else is totally free. I actually feel a little bit better just saying it out loud. That's really okay. Yes, I could do whatever I want once I'm there. There are no requirements. It's my time. It's my time. Maybe that's the other issue I'm having. I don't have my time. Like, it's always centered around who do I have to get from what to when, wow, okay. It's my time. The one thing I am kind of really bummed about is there are going to be a lot of vendors there selling a lot of really awesome things. I can't afford anything. And that is really kind of depressing. I mean, I feel so lucky that I get to go. If things had worked out just slightly differently, I would not have gone. And I talked about this months ago already, how, I signed up originally to go. And this was back when I thought that my new job was going to be like a real new job and I would actually have like real employment. And then it turns out that it took months for me to even start working. And I'm still nowhere near at the level that I would like to have. I still only have about 50% of the caseload I would like to have in my job. And I started this job now almost a year ago. And it took about 6 months before I started really working. It was not a good situation. But I signed up way back when I thought things were all working out, right? And I did not get in because it is a drawing. It's based on a drawing, and I did not get in. And I thought, well, that's okay. That's all right. It's probably for the best, because this was several weeks later. I don't remember the whole timeline, but it was probably about a month later, and I still hadn't received any work at that point, so it's like, oh, that's probably okay. Then I got an email. I don't remember when, but then I got an email telling me, hey, you're in. And I went, oh, okay. And at this point, I was thinking that the NCAAs just were not an option for my daughter anymore because the job did not work out. And this retreat was a lot less expensive than the NCAAs. A lot less expensive. And So I kind of talked about it with my husband, and he really encouraged me. He's like, no, you go ahead. I think you should do this. I think it would be really good for you. So I said, yeah, I'll go. Well, then I got the email about the NCAA tickets, and I was just hit with this passion. Like, no, this is my daughter's bucket list item, specifically to be able to go this coming year. I have to make this happen for her. This is what she wants. You know, I have spent my whole life rarely, if ever, getting anything like this for me. You know, my bucket list items are kind of like just shot out of the water. I want to make this happen for my kid. And so I busted butt, sold all of my absolute best hand knits, went way overboard with making earrings, and I was able to get enough money to get the tickets and rent the car. And then I just needed to pretty much save up for the hotel, which I had points to get one night for free. You know, it worked out is what I'm saying. And then very shortly after that, so now I'm committed to two big things, right? And then we found out that I need a new transmission in my car, which was the most expensive item out of all three by, again, a lot. And so, yeah, that's kind of when everything went to hell in a handbasket. And if you've been with me for a while, you have been through the whole blessed journey. So ultimately, somehow, through hard work and selling everything and now being really freaked out about things like tuition for my daughter, sporting events, the fact that all three of my girls need new running shoes this fall, school supplies, really, really, really freaked out because we have like spent everything. And my job, I have not gotten any new people since March. And it's now the end of June. So I'm not getting any more work, and I think I'm losing a person. So definitely stressing a little bit. But this event has already been paid for, right? So this has been paid for. I just got to cover my gas to get to and from and a couple of meals. That's it. So it is a huge bummer that no, I can't really participate with being able to buy from people. That is a little heartbreaking because it's one of those, it's like, what's the point on going on vacation if you can't even buy souvenirs, right? But I'm just thrilled that I get to be there. So that's where we're at with it. I'm happy I get to go. Like I said, if the course of events had been totally different, like in a way, I think maybe it is a blessing that we learned about the transmission last, because otherwise there is no way the NCAAs would have happened and this event would not have happened either. Just in good conscience that, I mean, I would never, ever, ever put these fun events ahead of a necessity, right? I mean, like, you don't do that. But because of the domino effect for how everything happened, with the one event coming up first, and it's like, okay, well, you know, that's the least expensive, and yeah, okay, we're gonna do it. You know, I could pay like 50% down right away, and then being hit with the NCAAs, and it's like, no, you know what? I think I can do this. You know, I have knit items that are true luxury items that I can sell for a couple $100 a piece. Like, I can do this. And then finally learning about the transmission. So in a way, I think it's probably a blessing that cascade happened in that order. Does that make sense to you? Just, my daughter has now had this amazing experience. She had the time of her life. And I'm so happy she was able to have that. And hopefully this event, the Great Lakes event that I'm going to, you know, hopefully this will be a really good experience for me. I need something to help me feel recharged, to help me feel valued, beyond just a mom. I'm just my kid's mom, put a kid's name in front of mom. And that's kind of all that I am. So maybe this is what I need. Maybe this will be the charge that I need. And yeah, so obviously when I get back, I will tell you all about it and I'll fill you in, and hopefully it will just be a really rewarding experience. It's with other crafters, and I mean, hello, everyone knows crafters are like some of the best people in the world, obviously. But yes, other crafters, I feel like it can't go poorly. I don't think it can go poorly. Stuff happening around the house. My oldest is getting toward the end of driver's ed. So in Michigan, it's 24 hours classroom instruction, 6 hours drive time. Her classroom instruction is done. Tomorrow she takes the written test. She's very nervous about it. I guess they got the practice test today. And I don't know if they took the practice. I don't know. All that I know is she got into the car very upset, very worried, like, I don't think I'm going to do very well. And I said, all that you need is a 75%. You just got to get a 75 to pass. I don't even know if I'll be able to do that. And I'm thinking, but did not say out loud, oh, you sure as heck better get that. I paid $500 for you to do driver's ed. You are going to pass this test. No, I did not say that. I just assured her, no, I really think you'll be able to. And then reminded her that if she has questions while studying, she can ask her parents. Now, I'm not stupid. I am fully aware that teenagers don't believe their parents anyway. So I followed that right up with, and if we don't know, we can look online and get the answers, because Michigan's driving code is readily available online. Oh, okay. So hopefully she's studying. I'm sure she will do fine. I hope. Yeah, I really hope. She should do fine. Then she has a couple more drive sessions. So she has one more actual instructional drive session Wednesday while I'm gone. And then next week she will have her final drive, which is the scored drive. And hopefully after that, then she'll be able to get what's called now a level 1 license in the state. So big times for her, big times for mom and dad. My husband has gone out driving with her at least once, maybe twice. And he said, she's doing all right. And talking with her driving instructor too, I'm being told that she's definitely made improvement. Her confidence is growing. So that's wonderful things. But exciting, nonetheless. Exciting times, exciting stuff. And I'll let you know too if we have a level 1 licensed driver, which level 1, if you're from Michigan but older, it's like when you got your driver's permit, or how it is in a lot of other states yet. You get a driver's permit, same thing. Except in Michigan, she'll actually get a real ID. It will be a level 1 driver's license that she will get from, okay, this is where Michigan's really strange. She'll get it from the Secretary of State. I know. You're like, the what? Don't you have a DMV? Or, yeah, no, we do not. We do have the Michigan Department of Transportation, MDOT, but they don't handle driver's licenses or anything like that. Instead, that's all through the Secretary of State, which I understand, is really, really abnormal. In fact, I had one of my closest friends. She moved to Colorado about 16 years ago. This is the friend that I helped move back just last year to Michigan from Colorado. But when she got out to Colorado, she kept asking people, well, where's the Secretary of State office? And everyone was like, why do you need the Secretary of State office? And she said, well, so that I can, update my driver's license. They said that, they asked her, why would you have to go to the Secretary of State to update your driver's license? And then it slowly kind of dawned on her, oh, yeah, that's right. That's one of those weird Michigan things. And then she realized that she drove past the Department of Motor Vehicles every single day on her way to work. Like, she drove past the building. She saw the building. She knew what the building was. And she still never put together that is where actually you need to go to get a Colorado driver's license. Oh, Michigan's just kind of quirky like that. So anyway, I will need to take my daughter to the Secretary of State office so she can apply for her level 1 driver's license, which then means she is allowed to drive with anyone who is 21 or older and a licensed driver. And that's really about it. You just have to have a 21-year-old licensed driver in the car with her, and she may drive. And then, provided that all goes well, and then she passes session 2 of driver's ed, and she logs all of these hours of drive time, and, obviously there's no, infractions against her driver's license, against her driving record, then she will automatically, I think it's automatic, advance to her level 2 license. And that license, there are still limitations. Like, you can only have one other unrelated person as a passenger that is not licensed. You may not be on the road from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m., I think, unless it is directly work or school related. That might be about it. I know she could take siblings, multiple siblings, that's accepted, but she could not have 2 friends with her in the car, just one friend maybe with her. And then the restricted driving hours, which personally I love, because that means suddenly you have all of these teens that have to be home by 10 o'clock. I love it. I love it. And then you have that license for a full year, or until it's been a full year since your last driving infraction, I think. So let's say you're 9 months in from getting that level 2 license and you get pulled over for speeding. I think it's another year. I might have that wrong. I'll learn all the details, obviously. I've had plenty of friends with kids who've gone through all of this, but, this is my first time. But yeah, I think then you have to wait another year before you can get your full license. So, added encouragement to be a super cautious driver that first year that you were able to drive alone. I really don't mind it, particularly when they added the clause about no driving between 10 to 5, unless it's directly work or school related, just because I feel like that is very, very important. A lot of kids do work past 10 o'clock on the weekend. Quite often sporting events will take you past 10 o'clock. A lot of kids have to, be on the road before 5 a.m. for work, particularly out here where I live. So with that clause in there, I feel like it's actually a pretty decent system, except for the fact that now it's all completely privatized and it costs, I told you before, like $1,000 by the time it's all said and done and your kid can get their license. That is not including what it does to your car insurance. So yeah, we have to notify our car insurance pretty soon, actually, that we do have a student driver in the house. The insurance shouldn't get that bad at that point because she's not driving on her own yet. However, just imagine us in a few years when we have 3 of them. Oh boy. So anyway, yeah, okay. Now, the one time when all of this driver's ed stuff no longer applies. So one option is you don't do anything until you're 18. And then when you are 18, you can actually just go in and take a driving test and take a road test. You have to take a road test too before you get that level 2 license, or if you're 18, just to get your full license. So that is an option too. And then you can bypass spending $1,000 for all of the training. But like, I feel like you still got to learn how to drive on the road though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you still are going to need some kind of instruction for the actual driving. Really what I want is, I want to pay to have my kids go through all of the training, but I really don't ever want them to have a level 2 license. I kind of just want them to wait until they're 18 before they're fully licensed. Huge pain in the butt for me, but I've talked about it before. ADHD is like a huge leading cause of car accidents. And that's all of my kids. And they are all pretty severely affected. I mean, my husband has gotten into accidents that can be directly related to his ADHD. So I am in no hurry for them to drive, while at the same time, I'm in a huge hurry for them to be able to drive. So we'll see. We'll just kind of play it all out as it comes to us. But yeah, that's kind of how I felt. That's how I felt for at least 10 years already, ever since I read this book, which I talked about this book earlier too. So yeah, but we'll see. Just because then, it's like reality starts setting in. And now I have a kid who's going to a school 40 miles away from our house. And there's still all the sporting events. And so, yeah. Let me get done with her hair here, and then that will be a good opportunity for me to do the pretend cutscene for the video that needs to be created yet to announce last week's winner. That I believe daughter number 3 is going to provide us with for this week, because she has not been able to do a video yet. I am so chuffed that all of my kids have wanted to do these videos. Even my oldest wanted to do that video last week. Now, I know. Believe me, I'm aware. Yes, the video was done with attitude. Guys, she's almost 60. Okay, she's an oldest child who's 15 years old. This is how they are, okay? In case you've forgotten, that's just how they are. She really is a lovely, beautiful person. And she wanted to do that video. So that really surprised me, and I thought it was pretty cool. So attitude and all, she wanted to be there. She wanted to be doing it. So I thought that was neat. But yeah, we're left then with daughter number 3, who has not done one and has said that, yeah, I want to do a video too. So I think she's going to do our cutscene video to announce our winner this week. I really like this color crystal for her hair. I mentioned before, she does remind me of my oldest. The hair color is really like spot on, especially when she was younger. And she was my kid. She wore fairy wings all the time. It was like a staple to her outfit. Probably about ages 4 to 6 years old. She would have to wear fairy wings. And we went through several pair of fairy wings. Fortunately, this was when my mother-in-law was still with us. And she was always very eager to supply a new pair of fairy wings for the girls. And the other girls wore them too. Veda, number 2, would wear them quite a bit. Evie was always younger. And so by the time, you know, her oldest sister started outgrowing them, then Evie didn't really have any interest anymore. That's kind of how it worked with having the girls so close, is my oldest would kind of dictate the interests of everybody. She's standing here right now looking at me.
I didn't like that.
She didn't like what?
Like having to share interests.
Oh yeah, that's true. She did not like having to share interests. She would get so angry when her sister showed an interest in what she liked, not understanding that this is just how it works. You are the oldest. Your younger sisters are very close in age to you, and they think that you are the coolest person on the planet. So, of course, they are going to follow you with whatever it is that you like. That's how it happens. I had the same thing. Not so much with both of my younger sisters, just the younger sister closest to me in age, who is not quite 2.5 years younger than me. All right, I think that's all my number 2s. I think that's her hair done. Man, that is really pretty. Wow. That is really well done. I don't say that very often, like in the middle of a diamond painting where I just look at, I'm like, but wow, that hair is really well done. All right, so first I'm going to take a little sip of my coffee. All right, and then how it works is I will show you what the winner from last week will be receiving. I have a box next to my desk that contains all of my diamond paintings like this. I just put them all in there, and then every week I am just picking out, like I've picked out 4 paintings every week for people to vote on, for me to do for my WIPs, and I'm picking out a kit that I will be sending to whoever the winner is. So first I will show you that. I'm going to put the cover back on this one because I don't trust myself. And let's pick out our newest kit. Here we go. Oh, this is a cutie. So this is, I think this is the little crochet gnome type character. Yeah, I think this is the little crochet character. So I got one of these. If you saw the Great TEMU unboxing, I actually got this as a table stand / decoration piece. And it also came on a 30 by 30 canvas too. So this will be, oh, I hope whoever gets this not only likes it, but it'll be really, really cool if you happen to crochet as well. If you don't, I hope you still like it. Hopefully. All right, so here's the video. Hello, so this is my daughter Guinevere. We call her Evie. And in addition to announcing this week's winner, she's also going to tell you how to enter this week's giveaway because I forgot to include that on my video.
You know, to enter this week's giveaway, underneath this video, leave a comment saying your favorite book series to read when you were a child. Make sure to include the letters read or reading.
Now she's going to select our winner.
This week's winner will be Lady Wicked. Taking random walks around the mall is a great way to beat the heat here in the inland what does NW stand for?
Northwest.
Inland Northwest. It gets pretty hot and really smoky during fire season.
All right, so thank you very much. Congratulations to Lady Wicked. And you know what to do. Send me an email. And thank you also, Evie, for telling us how to enter this week's giveaway. Answer the question, what was your favorite book series to read as a kid?
I like Redwall a lot.
Yeah, Redwall. But what are you reading now? Because I talk about it.
Right now I'm reading a lot of Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan, yeah. So answer that question. Be sure to use the word read or reading in there, and you will be entered for next week's giveaway. And congratulations! Obviously, I don't know who you are right now because we have not selected the winner as of this recording. But whoever you are, please send me an email. My email address is included in the notes for this video. Just send me an email saying, hey, I'm so-and-so. I won the giveaway. This is my address. And I will pop this in the mail for you. So, congratulations. My son just got back from his vacation. Did I talk about this last week? I don't know if I talked about this last week. So my son went to my folks for 2 nights, Thursday through Saturday. And this was planned like a week in advance. I have never met a child more excited to go visit his grandparents. He was over the moon, giddy about getting to go. We were waiting for dance class last week, and he's telling everybody at dance class, well, you know, I'm going to go to Lake Michigan with my grandparents because I am going to go stay with my grandparents for several days. And my Oma makes the best breakfasts. I mean, he was just going on. And I'm going to spend time with my cousins. He would non-stop talk about this. It was hilarious. Last Wednesday, we were coming home from dance class, and I hear him say in the back seat from his little car seat, he's saying, I'm going to count how many meals I'm going to have with them. And he sits there and he starts counting how many meals. And okay, so Mom, are you going to get me before or after lunch on Saturday? Like, so excited. It was crazy. Then he's telling me, well, you know, I'm going to have a break from my chores for a few days. Yeah, you will. Do you think someone's going to be able to do those for me while I'm gone? Yeah, I think we'll manage without you. I think it's going to be all right. Oh, okay. And he had a great time. He did. He had a great time. There were some concerns that maybe the whole Lake Michigan beach thing was not going to work out. And if you don't know, West Michigan has truly some of the best beaches in the world. And I'm not speaking from, well, of course you'd say that because, you know, you're a native of West Michigan. You grew up right along Lake Michigan, blah, blah, you know. No, I understand that, you know, there's definitely some partiality there, but I have been around the world and I have been to a lot of other beaches, and Lake Michigan beaches are on the east side of Lake Michigan beaches are amazing because they're sandy. Thanks to glacier activity, east lakefront of Lake Michigan, amazing sand dunes. I mean, they are gorgeously sandy beaches. So you have these perfectly sandy beaches with this, you know, enormous lake, which the freshwater definitely prefer swimming in freshwater over saltwater. They really are gorgeous beaches. The sand dunes are under huge threat right now, actually, just thanks to building and even just people climbing sand dunes. So there's a number of parks now where it's very, very clearly marked you may not walk on, you know, these sand dunes. So they're actually under threat right now. But yeah, if you ever can, you need to experience a Lake Michigan beach trip from the Michigan side because they are really nice beaches. There are other obviously really gorgeous beaches too in the world, but Lake Michigan is more accessible actually than a lot of those other beaches around the world. And it really is pretty gosh darn phenomenal. So, but we were very, very, very afraid that it would be a red flag day and he wouldn't be able to go to the beach, which he would have been crushed. But Saturday morning, not only was it not a red flag day, but it was a super rare green flag day. I mean, I swear that almost never happens. It's always at least a yellow flag. But it was actually a green flag day. So, like, the safest possible day he could go to the beach. And there he was. And he had a blast. And it was great. And everything he wanted to do was fulfilled. He spent time with his cousins. And he played Legos with his youngest cousin, who's not quite 2 years older than him. He did. He had the time of his life. So, he's back from his vacation now. It was really cute. It's just, very, very cute. I'm kind of jealous. Daughter number 3 has found a new bunch of books she's reading. So she adores the Redwall series. I don't know if you ever read the Redwall series. If I'm being honest, I read the first book once upon a time when I was a kid. I didn't actually like it that much. I'm trying to see if she's sitting out there. Not that they ever listen anyway. Well, except then sometimes they do, because then my oldest came over here and she was butting in. So sometimes they do listen to me. I don't know when they're listening and when they're not listening. But okay, so yeah, confession, I've never liked the Redwall books. But she adores them. I mean, adores them. Well, this past year, she discovered Rick Riordan. And she has been blasting her way through all of those. I mean, he's written a lot, but I have a feeling she has got to be closing in on having read all of his series. And those I do like more. I have read like his original series that came out. I read that several years ago now, when the kids were actually very little. And I started another series too. So I think I've probably read like a series and a half. And I really enjoyed them. I thought that they were well written. I thought that they were very, very good. If you hear grunting and ripping, that would be Elfie. Elfie, is that a box you may rip? Oh, hold on. Elfie, is that a box you may rip? No, that is not a box you may rip. No. No. This is not, no. Elfie may not rip that box. No. No. Maybe I'll keep it in there in case you missed it. That was not a box that Elfie could rip. Elfie, thinks that all delivery people are bad news and they are all delivering poison to the house. And so he must destroy every box that enters the home. But sometimes, quite often, we will give him an empty box. Kind of hoping to teach him too. Like when we give you an empty, opened box to chew, like that's okay. Bulldogs love to destroy boxes. I never knew this until we got one, but then it turns out that it is actually a thing. And he loves to shred up a box. But because he is so anti-delivery people and just hates whatever they deliver to the house, he can sometimes get himself into trouble by not able to control those urges. And so, yes, I found him ripping up an Amazon box that still had all of its produce in it. So, yeah, that was not a good box for him to rip open. Now he's like busy drinking water. He exhausted himself. Oh, having to fight off those delivery people. He's bad. We got to keep him in the house. Oh, I don't get it. I don't understand. Let me see. I wrote down stuff. What else do I need to talk about? Definitely keep submitting through the end of the month. Oh, some additional channel stuff. So if you are still here, there are a couple of channel related things that I did want to mention. So I have spent a lot of time recording recently. So the first thing is the comparison series that I have inadvertently created where I've been comparing mini paint gem kits. Now I say mini paint gem, that's the name brand, but mini diamond painting kits. That's Alfie again. And it kind of has ballooned into a whole series. And I have had people asking, they want me to compare. Oh, now I have a daughter holding up a note. Sorry for being loud with a frowny face. It's okay. This is what my house is like all the time. This is normal, guys. I mean, if you want to move in, you can. It's chaos. So we probably won't even know you're here. But I have had people, first, thank you so much for the kind words with that series. Like, I really, really appreciate it. I've put in quite a bit of work with that. I try to be very, very thorough when I do stuff like that. I'm kind of an information junkie and I want to be able to present like the full picture. And so thank you so much for your kind words regarding that. That means a lot to me. But I have had people asking me, just like when I posted and people were like, hey, did you hear Diamond Art Club just came out with their own mini version? Now people are wondering, you know, like, hey, this is great. Are you going to be able to get what Michaels sells? And yes, I am hoping to be able to do that. So that's a little bit more tricky. I do not live anywhere near a Michaels, like not even close at all to a Michaels. And I went to see how much it would cost to order online. And I'm kind of put off with having to pay the shipping, like the cost of the item, 50% added is for shipping. You know, it starts to feel kind of expensive. And like if you buy $50 worth of stuff, it's free shipping, but I don't need $50 worth of stuff and I can't afford to get $50 worth of stuff. So this is my plan. I am going to navigate my way from here to where I'm going for the retreat. And then thank you, MapQuest. This should be possible. Hold up. Is the door open, Guinevere? Is the dog getting out?
No, not anymore.
Okay. Like I said, chaos. Anyway, I'm going to try and get this done. I'm almost there, guys. But I am going to MapQuest, because I think you can do this on MapQuest, from here to the hotel that I have to go to, and I'm hoping there will be a Michaels not too far off from the beaten path for getting there. And if there is, I'm thinking it would probably be best for me to go online and try and order the kit online, because what I don't want is to get to that Michaels and then they don't even have what I want. Like, that would be totally disappointing. And they'll say, oh, well, we can order it for you. And I'll say, well, I live, 100 miles away. So that is what I am hoping to do. That, of course, is going to require more time. And I don't have a lot of time. But that is the plan. So, yes, I am very hopeful that I will be able to get that one of their diamond kits to show you. And I'm going to try and stick with the flowers, because that way I will have flowers from everybody. And then eventually we can do a comparison of all flower kits. I've done some additional research too with many diamond painting kits, and I have more that I'll be adding with that as well. So thank you first for showing an interest in that comparison series. That means a lot because I did work really hard. And there is more coming. Second thing, I just completed probably my most intense video yet, where it is very informational. Yeah, like I feel like for me, it's a pretty big, hairy deal. And I don't know the order in which all these videos are going to be released. So you may actually see this WIP Chat after that video comes out. But that is, so this comparison series was like the first video from the Great TEMU Unboxing where I said, I need to create 2 more videos. I just have too many things. And there are these 2 other like category items that I need to do separate videos for. Well, that one launched into this mini paint kit comparison series. The second is looking at full drill diamond paintings from TEMU. And I just finished the editing for that video. It is another very long video. And so I definitely will have to travel somewhere with great Wi-Fi in order to upload it. But it will be carefully bookmarked, just based on subscriber feedback over the years. You guys, what I'm hearing is you guys prefer the long videos. And so that is what I did. But it is definitely broken up into several parts that will be time-stamped, so it will make for easy viewing. Definitely the kind of thing where you can come back, like watch part 1 and then come back and watch part 2. But I worked really hard on that video, so I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find it of some value. That's all that that's what I want. That's why I did it, is I'm trying to give you guys information as best as I can. So just heads up for that one. Like I said, that's kind of like my most intense video yet, the one that I've probably worked the absolute hardest on. It was quite a bit of research ahead of time. Yeah, so if you can, please go check that one out. Like I said, it might already be out by the time you watch this. I don't know. It's quieted down a little bit. I guess Alfie's finally decided that there are no delivery people that he can go after anymore. The children have settled again. Oh, this is the life. Actually, I often don't really mind the chaos per se. Sometimes it will get to me. Sometimes I can't handle. It's mostly noise. Sometimes noise will really, really bug me. Yeah, and again, autistic person here. And sometimes the noise can get to me and I will really shut down and I'll have to escape. It's less the chaos of people moving around me. That doesn't quite have the same effect, but the noise can just really be overwhelming sometimes. But everyone seems to have settled more now. My kids, okay, kind of a cute, somewhat funny story here, and then I will sign off. So, I believe last fall I did talk about this happening at the homecoming game last fall. My middle daughter, that's Veda, the wrestling fanatic, who, because last year especially, she likes wrestling. She's kind of a one sport girl, in case you had not been picking that up. And so she really does not care for football, but she did watch football when our favorite athlete was playing. Well, then last year he was in his first year of college and we did go to one of his games and she watched that game. But last year he wasn't obviously playing high school football anymore. So She had zero interest in watching the game at that point. So she was instead just kind of wandering around the stadium, the school stadium, and she came up with this crazy idea to sell rocks to people. Like rocks that you picked up off the ground at the football stadium. So she collected rocks and then sold those to people. She made $8. Maybe it was 9. I don't know. But she made money doing this. I still don't know how. It's like this 13-year-old girl comes up to you. Hey, you want to buy a rock for 50 cents? And people are like, sure. I don't know if they felt bad for her. I don't know. But she made money. So now she's taken this up to a whole new level. She is collecting rocks. She's adding googly eyes. And she's making little bio cards for each one. She is naming them. And she's giving them, I don't know if she's doing like care instructions for their new owner and giving you a little bit about their personality. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that she has been busy working on this, and she really, really, really wants me to bring these with me to the Great Lakes event. So I could be this later this week, I could be sitting at my table, diamond painting, and have a whole bunch of rocks sitting in front of me with their little name cards. And telling people, will you please buy this rock? It will make my daughter so very, very happy. Look, this rock has a personality and a name. Like, how could you can't say no to this rock. This rock needs a new owner. So she's taken like the pet rock thing, and we've really we're bringing it back, and she's kind of amping it up a little bit by giving them personalities. So yeah, if you're interested in purchasing a pet rock, do let me know. Although I gotta tell you, you're not going to want to pay the shipping. So all my kids are so dang creative. Oh my word. They are so dang creative. I love it. Okay, I believe that is everything for today and for now. The next time you hear from me and I get to chat with you, I will be back home from my conference, retreat, convention, event, whatever it is that you want to call what I'm doing later this week. And I will be able to give you the whole scoop about it. If I can, I'll check in via social media, both on my Instagram, which is like my personal Instagram. So that's more like family stuff. And there's a lot of wrestling related things on that Instagram. But if you want to just kind of check in a little bit more with what the family's doing, you can follow me on Instagram. Or for exclusively diamond painting related items, join the Facebook channel page. I think I said it correctly again. And I will try and give maybe a couple of updates on social media, letting you know how it's going and things like that, and giving you some pictures. I am excited. There are some people that I will get to meet that I have been kind of like online friends with for a little while. So that will be exciting. And I'll get to meet one of my personal favorite YouTubers, Rebecca, over at Crafting and Crime Daily. I've talked about her many times before. She's going to be there, so I'll get to meet her in person, which will be super duper cool. So yeah, there are things that I am looking forward to. Like, I don't know, talking with you guys more. I'm feeling better about it. So thanks for letting me chat with you. It's great. I appreciate it. All right, guys, that is finally it for today. Again, if you were today's winner from, the weekly drawing, send me an email. If you were last week's winner, send me an email and I will get those kits sent out to you. For the rest of you, keep submitting your paintings through the 30th. And then next week we will do like our big finale event and we will wrap it all up. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I have appreciated having you. I always love having you. And like I always say, please practice kindness. You never know anyone's particular situation in life, just like they don't know what you may be going through. So a little bit of extra patience and kindness can go a really long way. So please practice kindness. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you again real soon.